over there. So this is Norman Blake's 33 shade top.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, these. Good choice.
All right, so this is the 35 prototype. This is a 1935 prototype Advanced Jumbo, the very first one ever made. We'll do this unamplified.
Pretty good.
Still do. Play the damn guitar, Dana says.
Real $15 is my game.
roar and fullness, like Gary said, growl. But it's got that kind of, with this one, that kind of Gibson, I always sort of associate with these round shoulders, a little more of that powerful mid-range pop.
I love slope shoulder guitars. I always have. It just, they seem big.
Yeah,
You know, they sound big.
yeah, they cut and growl.
Yep.
Which is really important in a jam session, right? So you and I both talk a lot about trying not to play too hard, but we do anyway. And these guitars definitely help in that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, some guitars, I feel like this one you could just keep digging in and it'll just keep giving it to you. Some guitars, like I played Tony's Martin and I felt like that guitar, when I played it I was kind of like, huh, doesn't sound like I thought it would, you know, hearing Tony play it all this time. And I kind of played it how I'm playing, and I kind of was playing it too hard, and I started to finesse it a little bit, and all of a sudden the guitar started to speak. And I just realized how finessey Tony's fingers were, and it was in his fingers, man. You know? And, but
I had a session one time, check 1, 2, we on here? Check. Hello. Hi. We working? Is it on? Is it? Okay, cool. To that point, I was in a session one time and I was hired to be there, and there was a couple other, you know, sort of pros, session guys, bluegrass players, and Tony. We're all kind of there working on this project over here in Asheville. And we all sat with that guitar. Same booth, same microphones, you know, rig, everything, preamps. And we all kind of did our thing with it, and like to your point, I recognize the same thing. It's like I really got to kind of lighten up just to kind of get anything out of this. And so I heard, it was an interesting little sample set of like 3, you know, pro-level players, if you will, playing the same guitar. And then Tony Rice sat down with this thing, his antique in front of the same pair of SM81s, and it was just like this world opened up. And it was this world of like the sound went from this big to this big, and there was resonance and there were frequencies that we didn't hear before. It was surreal, certainly. I mean, it certainly was Tony Rice, but it just speaks to another point to make here is like these guitars aren't doing anything right now. How do these guitars sound now, right? So this interplay, like the equation being created here is a piece of spruce, you know, some rosewood or mahogany, somebody that's artful enough to recognize the potential of that. You're and I and everybody here the other side of that equation, which speaks to a lot of the stuff that we try to get into here in our own work of what we can all do to optimize us, to help optimize the guitar, and that sort of relationship that you create with the instrument. And that's the secret of it's a secret, but just the magic, if you will, of Tony Rice is that relationship that he forged with that particular box. You know, and we can continue to talk about all the differences in Tony's sound versus anybody else in the world, but that's the point, is that it's Tony Rice's voice coming through, and we've tried to hit in on some of that over the last couple of days of just like, this is a voice, your arms, your soul, your ears working in real time with what's coming out and receiving that feedback and learning to understand and just discern what the optimized version of all that can be.
Here's a weird thing, though. What guitar did Tony play on Manzanita?
There you go. You had to go there, didn't you, Dana? We all know what that.
Get out of here.
Which is the other part of the Tony Rice equation. No matter what you would put in his hand, he would find a way to forge a relationship to still hear, where we would still hear Tony Rice, whether that was a 1935 D28 antique owned by Clarence White, or whether it was a new Ovation guitar with a plastic back.
The David Grisman record, Tone Poems, where he plays all the different mandolins, and it all just sounds like David Grisman.
Yeah, totally.
That's maybe the best example of all.
Yeah.
dog sounds like dog.
Dog is dog.
Period.
What I want to do here, thanks, Billy.
Thank you. This is beautiful.
Isn't that amazing? You can sit here and hold it if you like. Where I want to go with this now, and Gary can be part of this too, to however he wants to. But I want to get, again, your thoughts, because, again, we all brought a guitar, unless you're Charlotte, who picked up a